I didn't take you guys along for the disaster we just had, but made it about 25 feet out my uncle's driveway and got to the top of the hill, and I had an alarm go off and I had no steering, and once I got it stopped, it wouldn't move. One of those lines that we had off of the hydro pump, the clamp didn't get tight enough or wasn't on the barb quite, hose barb quite right, and blew apart. So we dumped a lot of new hydraulic oil on the road. So we had DJ run to the farm, get oil, and Steve run into the local parts store and got a few bags of Floor Dry, and I rode on the back of his tailgate and we sprinkled Floor Dry on the road. So but we just got the corn head on. I went back to the buildings here and hosed all the oil off the back into the machine. It's going to get, it'll be easier to clean once it gets dirt stuck to it, but I want to try and knock some of it off. We're out here along the road, really good corn for being right across from a stone quarry. These old hills are gravelly, but no, I am very happy with what I see going into the corn head. This is a Rupp non-GMO number. I can't remember what number it is, I'd have to look. But I'll show you when we get up here. We got a lot of critter damage. This field is always a really good field, but the critters always get into it real bad down there along that ditch. Missy or DeKalb and Pioneer do that yield. Well, we already dumped once, and I was waiting on the grain cart to come up. My uncle come up behind me with his. Here we're getting down into where we get critter damage, and the critters pull the corn down, and then we get sunlight in here, and then the foxtail comes in. So it's always real bad on this farm down here along the creek. It makes you sick, but there's not a lot that can be done about it. Deer and raccoons. More critter damage. You can always just about, most years, this was worse than usual, but you can write about the first 12 rows along this creek off every year. We get wild turkeys that come in here in the spring, and they'll walk right down the corn row and pull the seed out of the ground. And they'll get just about every one of them. It gets real thin in here, and then between the trees and then the raccoons and deer on top of what the turkeys do, it's kind of discouraging. But there'll be this, the turkeys get on it so quick that this first 12 rows it don't even grow sometimes. This year a lot of it never even come up. So, but it's a good field once you get away from the edges. Okay, we just pulled back into that field that we opened up, I don't know, 3 weeks ago there, when we had to open this one and the next one up to get to a field of beans. The two that we just run, Mark didn't quite fill the grain bin, so we're gonna see what kind of moisture this is. This was actually the last field we planted, so planted the first time. Our replant was after this yet, but we'll get a good idea on what the moisture is on this. So just diving into it. I don't even have all the end rows off. We just shelled a cartload out of it. But for these old gravel knobs over here across from the stone quarry, I am real happy with things. This old junk hill's doing really not well. I'm really happy with this number. I don't remember what number it is, but we'll have to look back. Something I always kind of look for in corn, I don't know if it really matters. I look for more, I like it to have more of a yellow, orange, golden color than some varieties. The corn's, we're getting close to the auger there. Some varieties, the corn's real pale white. I don't know. It's just the yellow it is just more pleasing to look at for me. 2 DJ thinks need about 2 more, well, 1 more after this cart loads in the grain bin up there building, so it'll be full. We're running right about 18-19% moisture in this stuff, so. Alright, we just dropped my brother off down at one of my uncle's machinery sheds. We got our grain cart running down here. It's right down the road from where we was shelling there Saturday. It's now Thursday. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday was pretty much rain all day. We got between 2 and 3 inches, so we were pretty wet. We're still probably gonna be wet, but we've got the bin back here at our other farm. It needs maybe 1 cart load, so we're gonna go ahead and break open another field on that farm, get that bin full, then we're gonna tear the auger down. Once we can tear it down for good, we're gonna take it down and we're gonna go to the home farm, and there's 30 or 32 acres of corn there that we'll work on shelling today. I still haven't seen anything out of that radiator hose I ordered for our grain truck, so we got to stay close to a bin, which is fine. We'll just run the home farm today. It works out because we are supposed to get another inch of rain, and it's moving in this afternoon, so we just shell around home, then we can run in the barn right away when it starts raining, and don't have to have everything away from home sitting out for Thursday. Today's Thursday, so tonight and tomorrow is pretty much rain all day. So we're heading back to my uncle's shop. We're either going to our combine's back here, and we're gonna go and get it out, and he's actually looking at a new combine because I don't know if it was the last video or 2 videos ago, and he got in a wreck with his truck running him off the road. They ended up totaling it out, so he is going to look at an S760 today. So, well, his pickup's here. Maybe he didn't go yet. But anyways, we gotta get our combine out and head down the road with it. Our giant oil streak down the road from when this blew a line in the last video. Bouncing. So this field, it was the second to last field planted, second to last day planted too. And on this field, this is good bottom ground, which we can't shell at all because it's going to get wet and soft over there, but we'll be able to get it full easy. We are, anyways, it's good black ground. We normally plant our corn at 32,000. When I got out here to play around, I bumped up to 36,000, kind of seeing if we could get a 300 bushel an acre field average. I don't think we're going to quite hit it. We're 304 right now, but it's 313, 306, 314. We're right there. We're upper 280s to 315 on the instant. I don't know what it'll average, but I imagine it'll be a little less than 300 with the outside rows. And there's I don't know, 12 rows down through the middle. It probably won't be as good. I don't know, but normally it lays wet in there and the corn falls off a little bit there. It was a drier year, so it might have done all right, but I don't think we're going to quite hit 300. This corn is almost as tall as the combine. Seems like I haven't seen that since I was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old. I remember it seemed like corn always used to get that tall, and it hasn't the past few years until we got down here in this. What do we got going on here? Yeah, there's water standing there. We're not going out that way anymore because it's going to get wet. This big cottonwood fell down just as the corn got big enough that we would have knocked a bunch over to push it out of there. Cart's full, I'm full. We got to pull the lid off the bin. We're going to go top that off and then We'll quit at this farm. We gotta take the auger over to the farm to the main bin. Well, we might be stuck. Right down the middle of this field, it lays wet, so we've been chilling on that side. We just about had her hung up there, and we haven't even got to the bad spot yet. So I'm gonna split the field and hug this way now. And we just DJ'd, the bin wasn't feeling very even, so we're gonna be able to put another cart in there pretty close to it anyway. So we're getting another load, and then we'll be done here. Worked a little bit better over here when we got up here on the other side of the wet spot, so we'll have not this dump, but the next one will be full on 260-70 bushel corn. It won't take long. So you get up next to the trees, it gets real soft, and that's where we had not this one but the old combine. It was been stuck 3 times in this field. It's just really productive ground, but there's springs everywhere in it, and it's a wet field. Like where I got stuck, I would spin down to, I don't know, the gray marrow or the clay under it, so I don't even know if you could put tile in to really fix it. There's just, it's good topsoil, but it's not that deep in the one place. Part of it is back in the old days when they plowed, I guess these guys, they always plowed out. So some of these fields, like what lays so wet, part of the problem is the old dead furrow. There's like a valley cut into the field. The water just lays in that. That doesn't help things, and that's where there's good topsoil there, but it's so shallow, and then it holds water. So I don't know. Maybe we just need to hook a moldboard plow up and start plowing it back in for a few years and see if we can remedy that. Well, we got this goofy shaped field back here at the farm opened up. DJ run up there to the bin. We're going to dump into our grain truck and into the auger. I just put that radiator hose on it there before I ate my lunch. And Ben, he just got off work, so he was going to Napa to pick up some coolant so we could put in it and then come back. Then we can use it to dump into, but it's empty. I thought DJ would have dumped what he had on the cart into it and then I hadn't come back here. But he's just sitting up here, so I'll walk up there and help him and bring the 4-wheeler back when he comes back. Well, we're finally getting rained out here at the home farm. We're dumping the last bit on the truck. It's starting to come down pretty good now.
It ain't burning or nothing. It's actually kind of like flour. He said it tastes like flour, man. I think it does. I taste flour pretty time. Yeah, I thought she had been. You know, I like the taste of powdered turkey. You ever taste it? Got a sweet flavor to it. But gonna throw them cookies at Monster Cookies. Get it done? Get one. Good truck.
All right, guys, we got rained out earlier. We come back and I got the dryer running on the bin. We're cooking corn. It's